Hello guys, and welcome back to the weekend roundup, where we talk about all of the Premier League's action, all of Europeans action in football, and give myself a team of the week as well. Starting with the Premier League, obviously, as we always do, with Liverpool against Spurs, and the excitement, it falls off massively after this first game here, because it was 9 goals in the Liverpool and Spurs game. Crazy. It was a mental game to watch. It was just firing all cylinders. Liverpool, obviously by far the better team, but Spurs showing that they've got a few goals in them this year, but it's the defensive problems that see them so low down the table. They just knew where to punish Spurs. Spurs obviously with a mismatched back line. I feel like on a different day Spurs might have got a result in this game, but Liverpool, they're not letting anyone out of their sight right now. Salah was on top form, 2 goals, 2 assists, showing what he can do. Szoboszlai running the midfield with 3 assists and a goal. Listen, it's mainly down to Spurs' weaknesses being exposed. The fact that they did concede 6 goals. They can't wait for their defenders to be back, for the goalkeeper to be back. It's hell for them right now. On to another team who's facing a bit of hell right now. After losing to Spurs 4-3 midweek, we then got to United, who lost 3-0 to Bournemouth as well. It was just really poor. It's going to take a while for United to do anything. I keep on seeing this. It's going to be a while. It's going to be a while for United to improve, and that's just something we've got to accept as United fans, which is great. Højlund having a great game, both defensively and even getting himself a goal. You know, it is what it is from Bournemouth, having a great game. United were just too casual. We're not putting enough pressure on. We're not trying to fight for it enough, and I feel like that's a massive issue for ourselves. We're letting ourselves down in those aspects. Leicester versus Wolves. Leicester, a team trying to turn things around. Wolves desperately needing to turn things around, and Wolves did turn things around under their new manager, against Leicester, who have their new manager as well. I think they just do miss Xmas. The fans booing Ward in goal isn't great, but it was 3 goals in the first half, and then he kept a clean sheet in the second half. It was calmer in the second half. It was just too chaotic in that first half, and Wolves took advantage of it, and you finally get a win to turn their fortunes around, hopefully, because I do think Wolves are a team that shouldn't be in the relegation fight right now, but they managed to get themselves here. We're here halfway through the season, and they are there. Everton and Chelsea drawing 0-0, showing Everton knowing what to do. You know, I think Chelsea defended well when Everton gave them a threat, but Everton's main issue is that they don't have that real threat. They've got it on point now. The Dyche football, the Dyche keep a clean sheet, see how he goes, is on point right now. It is proper Dyche ball in full effect. They just need that goal scorer. They need that Chris Wood that he had at Burnley. Once they've got that, they'll be fine. So I don't think Calvert-Lewin's up for it. They just need to try and sign Chris Wood or Forest. That's what they really need to do. Fulham and Southampton also drew 0-0 as well. There's just so much enjoyment in the games this weekend, you know. 2 0-0s. We had 6 teams so far not score a single goal. Great. Fulham were the main threat in the game. I think it was mainly down to Ramsdale and some great saves, the reason why Fulham didn't get a goal. Iwobi was really trying it. Iwobi seemed like he desperately wanted a goal on Sunday. Didn't manage to get it. Is what it is. I'm sure Southampton will be happy with the point. Fulham probably let themselves down, not getting anything more than just a point out of that game. Palace and Arsenal, who also met in the Cup during the midweek, with Gabriel Jesus scoring a hat-trick. Gabriel Jesus probably should have had a hat-trick in this game as well, as Arsenal beat him 5-1. Another great game from Jesus. He likes a bit of Christmas, man. Jesus loves Christmas. Like I said, Palace are still in good form, but letting in 5 goals is just never good in it. 9 goals conceded against the same opposition within 4 days. It's not a good look for Palace, but it is Arsenal at the end of the day. Arsenal are a good enough team. Saka going off injured. It's not great for Arsenal though. I feel like Odegaard was the man running the show for the day, but the talk is now that they're going to be missing Saka for a while because he limped off looking like he was holding his hamstring, and it looks like it could be one that could have been out for a while, which is going to be very dampening to any title hopes at Arsenal. But being linked with Rashford, so we'll wait and see how that happens. Villa and City continue their horrible run of not winning games. Horrible if you're a City fan. I'm loving it. I mean, I probably need to stop praying on other people's downfall, because we keep on doing just as bad, and it's like, Like, come on. But John Duran getting a goal within like I think it was in the first like 10 minutes. He should have probably had an hat-trick in this game. He had enough chances. There was one where he was offside and he scored, but Rodgers was the man for me. Rodgers is so incredible for Villa. I think they've also finally decided that Duran probably should be starting in the Premier League games over Watkins. I think he might rotate for a while, so he's better. But I think Duran going forward for Villa is the guy that they want in striking. They almost lost him to West Ham as well this summer, which is crazy. Pep, man, he's losing his mind. And long may it continue. Everton in the next game, and 0-0 Everton, I wouldn't mind that. Brentford and Forest, another team that's going in there is Brentford, because they got beat 2-0 by Forest. That fullback link up. Forest are doing it right, you know. United are trying it. United are trying to have these high pushing fullbacks. Forest are doing it. Nico Williams are not all Aina being on the edge of the box where it needs to be. Nico Williams put it across to Aina, starting in easy stuff for them. And Elanga, he waited a while for one goal. He's got two in the space of a week. He's enjoying lifetime as well. Brentford, that perfect home run that we were on. It's over now. They finally lost at home. The spell's broken. That's what you gotta say. Newcastle beating Ipswich 4-0. Ipswich just poor. They really need to fix up. Isak having a great game with his first Newcastle hat-trick in the Premier League, which he'll be very happy with. But as I said this last week, Jacob Murphy is having an Almiron moment, and he's keeping up that Almiron moment, and he's done it again. And he has got another goal in this game and an assist. He's doing well right now. And then the final Premier League game is West Ham Brighton, ending 1-1. Pretty boring game. You got to ask yourself to West Ham, how long are you going to Lopetegui? I don't get how Stupinan didn't get sent off, and Brighton probably should have won the game. I think Brighton were the better team. They got the goal when West Ham got the run of goal when Viper was off the pitch, and Viper even got a goal. I think Viper had a great game. My team of the week, I have to go with Sarr in net, because he made some great saves, some chaotic saves, but great saves against Leicester to keep a clean sheet there in their massive win. If they conceded, it might have been another day at the office where they're going to get beaten, hammered into the ground. But Sarr was like, yeah, that ain't happening. It's like Wolves, man. He's got a Portuguese back in the dugout, and they're going, whoa, we're Portugal FC, remember? Aina at right back has already spoke about how good of a game he had. Huijsen having a great defensive game against United, and then Tosin as well. Gets in there just because he made some really good blocks, made some really good last-ditch tackles, and he's been getting getting slated a lot recently in a Chelsea shirt. But this was a really good game. Helped Chelsea keep a clean sheet in a game where it's difficult for them to get a goal. So very important that he did keep the clean sheet, because if they weren't getting a goal, it could have been a loss easily. Mikolenko as well, because he was doing the same on the other side of the pitch, stopping the likes of Cole Palmer from doing their business. Mikolenko having a great game there. Midfield 3, I've gone with Szoboszlai as dominating the midfield in that Liverpool and Spurs game. Tielemans dominating the Man City midfield, and then Guedes having a great game to diminish the Leicester midfield and also get Wolves to a much needed victory. Salah with the 2 goals and 2 assists cannot miss out on this team. Has to get team of the week. Isak with a hat-trick always has to get team of the week there, and then Rodgers can get in as well, because having a great game against City, even though City are in bad form, I'm not going to overlook that ever. On to the other leagues, starting with the Championship, where Portsmouth have a massive win against Coventry 4-1, dragging themselves away from the relegation zone, and hopefully to survival, because I want to see Portsmouth do well and back in the Prem hopefully at some point soon. Burnley and Watford. Burnley beating Watford 2-1 as they try and push up the table. Sheffield United beating Cardiff 2-0. Leeds beating Oxford 4-0. Plymouth though making Borough drop points, drawing number 3-3. Plymouth has always said it's a tough place to try and play against, because it's so far away from everyone else. Everyone's got to travel so far. Plymouth, they've got a strong home form, and they can always play down on their edge. And then Sunderland beating Norwich 2-1 Sunderland needed to win this game to continue pushing up for promotion. Because I want to see Sunderland back in the Prem. Seems like Sunderland, Borough and Portsmouth, I want to see them back in the Prem. I want to see them fighting, proper Barclays they are for me. On to La Liga, where Real Madrid beat Sevilla 4-2 in a huge win there. Villarreal beating Leganés 5-2 in a huge win. Now, you've heard some huge scorelines there, but the biggest win of them all was Atletico Madrid beating Barcelona 2-1 and then rising to the top of the table with a game in hand still. Yeah, Atletico are in a good place right now, a happy place right now. And Barcelona, they have fell off. They have fell off so badly. It's insane. Dortmund beating Wolfsburg 3-1 and Mainz beating Frankfurt 3-1 as well. Frankfurt dropping points, they didn't need to drop there at their own ground. Hoffenheim getting beat by Gladbach 2-1. Leverkusen winning 5-1 against Freiburg, with Schick scoring 4 of the goals. He is so good. I've always said he is a mint striker, and I would take him at United. And then Bayern Munich winning again 5-1 against Leipzig, pushing Leipzig further away. Leverkusen still keeping the gap as close as they can, really, and they've got a hope on some Bayern Munich slip-ups. And on to my favourite league. We always on to my favourite league is Serie A, as Fiorentina were beat by Udinese 2-1. Inter Milan beat Como 2-0. Roma getting a massive win against Parma under Ranieri 5-0. Atalanta beating Empoli 3-2 and staying top of the table in a good place. Juve not getting a draw against Monza. I really thought it was going to get a draw against Monza, but it beat Juve. But Juve beat them 2-1, continuing their unbeaten streak. Fair play, Juve. And then Napoli beating Genoa as they continue to try and push for the title. Conte usually does take home the Serie A title when he's there, but Atalanta, Inter Milan are going to have a real good push on the hands here. It's going to be interesting to see which way it goes. I like seeing Conte. I just really like the league right now in Serie A. I like seeing Conte where he's at. I like seeing Inzaghi there. I like seeing Ranieri back in dugouts. It's an enjoyable time in the Serie A, and I really hope Atalanta can take it all the way this year. We'll wait and see. That's going to be the end of the video now, guys. I do thank you for watching. If you like the video, please leave a like. We'll see more. Subscribe, because I'm on the day. Thank you for watching, guys, and hopefully I do catch you next time. Cheers.